Got the commercial or anything?
Uh-uh. Oh, there we go.
Okay, because I got my volume on Twitch turned off. I can't hear it today, which is good because it about blew my eardrums out last week.
I think woke everybody up,
Yeah. So, do we have voice and video as far as you can tell?
as far as I can tell.
All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone. This is Fiendish with Dimension Touring. I'm here today with Odzilla, and we are on the PTS for the final run through of Dimension and crafting stuff before Starfall Prophecy goes live next week. As far as news goes, that is the biggest news out there. Um, I played through the storyline, and I have to say that the storyline was really well done. Um, but we'll get more into that later. And also, as far as current contests go, Nove is running a Fayul giveaway. Um, I the details on that one are on the forums or on Dimension Gallery. Um, and Blythe at Fayblight is still doing her amazing Dimension contest, and it goes through the 3rd of December. So please, if you're working on the entry, you still have time to get it submitted. And if you're thinking about entering, well, there's still time to get it done and get it entered. So we were talking the last time um, about a key that could drop from the infracell fishing lure. That's the 16-point affinity lure. And this is it. This is Charmer's Caldera. The tier 5 item limit in here is 1520. But, and this is not a new key. This key came out in Storm Legion. It was, used to be the only way you could get it was through the Bindings of Blood Conqueror achievement.
I was
I,
gonna say this is a few years old.
yeah, I have never seen it on live. I'm sure that somebody somewhere out there might have it, but I've never seen one on live. Because I don't always go looking for it. If I find it, if I think about it, I look for it. But Kit, Kitasia, um, woman of 1,000 fishing lures, she's gone through I don't know how many hundreds of these lures. She's fished up 3 of these keys. She gave one to me, and then I no sooner collected it, and then I fished it up. So that is how you get this key with the 16-point affinity lure. Love
I
the
would
sky in
love.
here.
Oh, I want the lava. I would love to have some of these lava effects, especially if you drop down on one of the sides.
Yeah, I'm going
There's,
down these long stairs right now. Well, I can tell you that I went through 100 of the infracell lures yesterday, and then 50 more this morning. I logged in on EU and I saw I had like 1,000 affinity, so I was like, screw it, I'm gonna buy some lures and do some fishing. I don't even fish this much on live as much as I've been fishing on the PTS.
no comment.
Yeah. And Polly says that Kit is a farm bot. For a while, we were standing next to each other, um, trashing alts. Yes, the lava is deadly.
Is it? I jumped in it yesterday and it didn't do anything to me.
It
Try it
didn't.
out. Try it out.
I'm not going to.
I swear it didn't do anything to me. At one point, it sent me back up to the top, though. You can't swim in it. I just literally walked across the top of it. So I don't know if it was the
Huh.
latency.
Huh. It might not. It was. It used to do damage. I know the last time I checked it on PTS, it did do damage. Will I now fish a lot more? Yes. Yes, I will.
Until
um,
you run into lures.
Well, I'm not going to run out of lures because I can still just fish up more. Just fish up more stuff to make lures.
I was thinking the infinity lures.
Oh, um, the table, except for this key, the table is exactly the same. This is the only thing different um, between the 16-point lure, the 8-point lure, and Uncle Stan's super secret lure.
Cold says it would be nice if it did do damage. No,
Yeah,
no, it wouldn't.
yeah, actually it would.
What?
Yeah,
You guys are
yeah, I
sadists.
would have a good time with this if the lava could do damage. As it is, there's a lot of really neat elements about this dimension. But so there's about 6 of these open on PTS now from uh, all the fishers that have caught these and from people that get given one odds.
D- did you want a public thank you? Thank you for giving me a key on PTS.
So the key is intended to be rare, so you may not get it right away. But so we're gonna just go ahead and get going because there's a lot of stuff to cover. Within the last week, um, there has most things have been fleshed out as far as prices, crafting, fish have been added to the water. Um, so we're on the PTS. This is a Lido. This is the main hub. I agree, Alejandro. 1520 is not a lot for that size of dimension. There's no crafting here. There's no. The main city is still going to be Tempest Bay. But this is where you're going to go um, to do everything else on live. Yeah, I'm going to show where the vendors are cold. Um, so I don't want to mount up in here because there's enough stuff going on that it kind of bogs my frame rate down in here. Now, what they have said is they're already working on 4.1 as far as a lot of dimension stuff goes. So, like these map things on the wall and these banners, um, we should be seeing those around 4.1. And this key itself, they've already confirmed is going to be in the new lockbox, which will also be with 4.1.
This key to this room with all these amazing, like, astral type projection wall things.
Just the key to Elidu, I don't know which part or whether it will be the whole thing. This hub is really freaking huge.
Yeah, these banners and that wall art, that's the maps are just.
So take note of this guy. You're going to want to know where he's at. That's the Notoriety Dispensary. So just like in Margle Palace, all of the quartermasters are in one spot. You've got File Bocan, and I'm pretty sure I screwed that up. Um, Hall, that's out of Zarthmeyer. Um, which one is this one? Mages of Elidu, Planar Defense Force, Theodor's Spear, which is Ashenfell, and then St. Tyrannus, which is Gedlow Badlands. Okay, so I'm going to pop it open. And just through questing, I did not use any notoriety tokens or any of that stuff. This was just from questing where how my rep got to decorated. So this is, and I have a dimension set up with pretty much everything I can buy in it. Um, so I mean, this is only one faction here. This is so much stuff. These little flowers. Some of the shrubbery. Actual grass patches, and this is the same grass that's in Mathosian Cascades. So I have, of course, I'm using the Mathosian Cascades as like my little test build, so it just blends right in.
I love that the grass they chose to give us for this is the grass that everybody tries to hide.
Yeah. Of course, some big old trees, which I don't have the rep to get yet. But the prices on these, as far as currency goes, I think the prices are really reasonable. Fif- Celestial remnants are like the new version of void stones. So, um, yeah. And you got huge rocks with flat surfaces and different textures. Um, Tinted, more tintage. These pink and blue little hanging houses because you know the Fora are all like the little cute talking animals. Um, just once you get started questing out there, watch out for the unicorns that barf rainbows that do 40k damage a tick.
It's wrong on every level.
So yeah, I mean, there's just all kinds of, and I'm sure that these will be really popular. The little L4 wall lamp things. I kind of like this little barricade. But I can guarantee you that when I start playing for real and live, I will be popping um, all the notoriety tokens that I've been stocking up for like the last 2 years.
And all the notoriety marks that I've
Yeah,
just been picking. Hell yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, for ages and ages, I've been begging, give us a reason if you're not a raider to continue to grind this rep. You know, make it worthwhile to 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 farm notoriety.
Now, are all of these rep items bound to your character account?
They are not.
Ooh.
They are not bound. So if you've got some buddies
So
that
y'all be nice to Fiendish.
well, and that and I really like this flower here, this bell call leaf. I really wish they would pick something easier to pronounce. Lots of mushrooms, lots of trees. The Zarthmeyer and the Scatherin rocks look a lot alike, but the colors on the Zarthmeyer are generally darker. And I mean, this stuff is just enormously huge. A lot of it is.
Enormously huge.
Enormously huge, yes. That
Okay.
means it's really big.
Just wanted to clarify.
Did they give us things to spin planar right on? Yes. We're getting to that prickly. And if you don't like all the flowery stuff, I think they did a good job with these bone pieces. I like that they're not as bony.
Cartoony.
They're not as bony as the stuff that comes from the Storm Legion zones. And I just love this little statue here, the statue of the Great Mother. I love that thing.
We're still seeing bone crap on the screen here,
Yep,
so. Slow down, Speed Racer.
I'm trying.
There we go. Where's your little fat dragon?
Prickly, Prickly says she's not patient enough for my stream plan. All right, Mages of Elidu. This is where, if you're a mage, um, you're going to find, well, probably for all of them, you're going to find your seals, which you're going to really want. I'm pretty sure that this 4 silver is a placeholder, um, but this is where you can find like the broken some of the statue pieces. Like that guy's okay. I really like this one. Um, and then today I just unlocked the bull and this one. Um, Now your crafting dailies actually give you Mages of Elidu reps, so honestly I wouldn't use your tokens on that. Your rep tokens, I would just do crafting dailies and that'll turn in. It takes 320 million XP to get from 69 to 70.
Sweet. You would know, right?
Yeah, I saw that. I thought at first I looked at it wrong.
Because in case you didn't pick up on that, she leveled her character to 70 on the
Yes,
PTS.
I am level 70 on the PTS. So these particulums, these you get these from the rep with these guys. This is like the new version of the GAR. The particulums don't work. Tacitus has said that he's really interested in making some particulums that do work. But for now, just while this, no, you don't get 75 million per quest. I wish. Um, they don't work, but they do have the effects. So when you see the colors in there, um, they'll also have the shimmery wall like an actual particulum. So you could um, use them like with PvP banners if you wanted to make that appearance, or you can find the inactive ones. The inactive ones have no um, glowing effect in the middle. And I mean, there's just tons of these things. I really like these Imperial particulums, the ones they, I think they come from Ashura.
I almost wish that the actual particulum part and then the base were separate.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you could do a lot more with it like that.
Yeah. I would love to have some of these bases without the particulum on it. I really
Mm-hmm.
like this the Kalari particulum, the ones that you can find out in the middle of nowhere in Ember Isle. And you got some of the icy ones. It's different. I love, 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 love these Dromheim uh, particulums. So I'm gonna start rifting a lot. Well, actually, that would be like the planar fragments, and they're all, green, red, blue. Then there's coral ones in case you want those. The Tenebr ones are the ones you'll find here, and there's some that are overgrown. The preview doesn't really show those very good. Scorched, you're going to see those in Ashenfell, and then the Corvin ones. I really like those too, with the with the face. So that's. I mean, each zone has some pretty nice stuff in it. Um, the Hellscape rocks are going to be the ones that stand out the most to any of them, just because they're red and blue. Um, but there are some nice plant type things. Not not those. The tumbleweeds. Porticulum. Are you?
all
Why are
these
you
all
making
these
fun of
new
me?
particulums.
Don't make fun of me.
Oh, it's too
Yeah, it is too late.
late.
Um, the colors on some of these, and I'm like just shy of decorated.
Right, Z says nice hair.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. What? No, because the tumbleweeds and
Mm-hmm.
all that fancy stuff.
And
Morph
then,
hair.
and I mean, I don't. I think I know. I explained the new naming convention about the way he just numbered everything instead of assigning it all a new name. It's variation on the same rock.
I greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, and then I really like this particular rock, the one with the face in it. There's a there's a quest in Ashenfell uh,
Are you?
that
Is
was
this a?
just
Do I
funny.
need to do a spoiler alert? Cover
Sure.
your ears, everybody.
You
La la
just
la 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 la
you
la
just,
la.
you just did. There's a quest in Ashenfell, and this one was actually funny, and it stood out because of that. Where you got to go uh, bang on these cages that have trap souls inside to make them scream, and that's how you make music.
You would think that's hilarious.
Yes. And then
I'm gonna have nightmares. You're gonna be giggling.
the spear. Uh, and then the Gedlow Badlands. The rocks from that zone are a lot nicer in texture with the plain brown that they are.
Oh, we got another vendor. Jesus,
Yeah,
we're like 20 minutes
there's.
in.
I know. I'm trying to hurry. I like these tumbleweeds too. So, and then the same thing in just making it small, medium, and large. That really simplifies things instead of trying to figure out what something is. I have no idea how big or small these tusks get, but I'm pretty sure that for somebody trying to make claws.
Yes, those will be very convenient for me. No more Miniers.
Yeah, no more miniers. And then some pretty cool banners here.
I love how everybody's like, look at all the beautiful flowers and the trees. I'm like, monster appendages.
A few flowers, a few trees, a whole lot of freaking rocks. But
We were in
these,
desperate need of some new rocks, though. So.
yes, I would agree with that. So all of the notoriety vendors are up, going to be on the top floor of Alidu. And of course, the notoriety dispensary. This is the 5 token one. I cannot find right now the commendation of renown, the one that you could turn in like 15 at a time. I can't find that one at the moment.
The turn in NPC.
Yeah, the one you can just
Hmm.
spam. Okay, so I need to go back to Tempest Bay. Because they, now he changed um, crafting quite a bit too. As far as the way you can level it up. We all know the rank 8 planar dust on the PTS is like the rarest thing in the freaking world. Um, I've got 3 total.
From level 65 to 70.
Yeah, well, I only got 2 of them on this one, and I started dabbling on my warrior the other day because she's got apothecary, armorsmith, and weaponsmith, um, and she got one on her very first invasion. It hasn't seen another since, but she's still only 65. Okay, so with your crafting dailies, um, they stay orange up to 520
Hmm, that's nice.
because they don't, you know how like the current crafting dailies give you a special mat, right? So
Were you
you can
asking?
only do the
Yes, I
one.
do know.
So there's no special material with this. It's all either stuff that you've gathered or vendor mats, but they set a time limit on it so that you can't just sit here and uh, spam leveling your crafting. Turn-ins do give more. You get 40. This is for an actual crafting profession. It's 80 artisan marks, 10 grandmaster, and 40 master. But remember, last time we were looking at the recipe cost in marks for some of these crafting recipes, and it's just unreal. I leveled Dreamweaving on the PTS 3 times, so I wouldn't have to grind those marks because 375 Grandmaster, 3,500 Artisan marks, and 750 Master marks.
Yeah, but notice that there's a lot of these recipes that have credit costs next to them.
Yeah, but I am not. I'm not trying. I mean, I'm not going to spend credits on the PTS. Period.
Well,
Um,
I'm just saying when it goes live, you can
yeah,
either.
for some I possibly will, but most likely not because I would rather crafting marks are free. I mean,
But if you're like me, I have every single profession maxed out on one character. That's it.
yeah,
It's gonna take me forever.
it, it may. Well, I think they quit selling the Crafters Infusions because they they got rid of the time limit on the old admitters.
That's right, the cooldowns on the old amenders.
So there's 3 professions that have uh, dimension items. You got Dreamweaving, of course. Outfitter has 3 recipes that you can pick up at level 440. Uh, Fishing has them starting at 465, 475, 485, and then 500. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm heading to my little storage test dimension. I know Odds thought it was a holy mess yesterday.
I thought it was a glorious mess. I
Yeah.
walked in and I'm like,
Oh, look
this
at all the
is
fish that you
what
put
heaven
right in
looks
my entry point. Thank you.
like. What? Well, you left me alone for like 20 minutes. What was I supposed to do?
So I kind of set myself a challenge that to build a dimension using only acquired items without like any kind of normal stuff. Now I do have mine kind of segmented out between Stan's loot and other loot. So this is I shipped over another 50 lures today and did some fishing, and then I got some of the stuff that I knew I was missing from Kit because Kit has everything apparently, like this arch. This arch was something that I haven't seen since before um, free to play even came out. It was on the PTS then, and I never saw it on live after that. So I'm not going to cover like every single item. Cold Sprite gave me a whole bunch of stuff too. So I had to I had to put the tier 5 upgrade on here, and it's still almost 1,500 items just between fishing. This was
Slow
another
down.
one.
Oh my god, I'm getting vertigo.
This is another one I got from Kit. Sorry, I'm trying not to jerk.
You're so excited. I know, but
I got
just calm down.
the High Law Rotunda from Kit. Tacit has changed the rarity on a whole lot of these fishing items, and I saw a lot of duplication um, with many things. Yeah, these are. Polly wants a closer look at the candles. Those are red and green Fayule candles.
There's definitely some items on here that I feel like the drop rate is significantly higher on them because I did about 110 of the 8 point lures myself, and there was quite a few things I got the same stuff over and over.
Yeah, I got a lot of lights. I got a whole lot of lights. But I do like these little, the prevented cannonballs here.
You like the balls, huh?
Mm hmm.
Mm-hmm.
whole bunch of fencing pieces. I mean, and I'm just using like a lot of the trees and stuff as filler. No, the affinity doesn't come over, but I bought the lures on EU and just copied her over. So I've got a mage on Zaviel right now with 10 infracell lures sitting in the bag, sitting in her bag, and I just use her and copy her over. And then when I'm done with her, I mail all the items, her plat, and all her dream bolts over to this one, and delete, and then rinse and repeat.
So I watched you walk by those those Bravane pillars, and I just had this like horrifically malicious thought, and I just feel like I have to say this that I would give all my plats to be a fly on the wall when Dimensions gets back from Europe. The first time he logs in and he sees all the shit that he's been hoarding with his porn money is just common now.
What? Woo! Now this, I'm going to turn my UI on here for just a second so I can touch this stuff. This is its own item. I got several of these. I thought those were real pretty. This big thing here is its own item. It's called a hedgerow. I did put some stuff. Um, Now everyone has move in place permissions on the test server for this dimension, um, because I did scale a lot of stuff down. It seems like there's some kind of fixation with really big items. I mean, the Sanctuary of Rebirth, I had to scale that thing down. And I really like these skeletal hands. I had never seen those before. I'm assuming they were in game before, but I'd never seen them before. A whole assortment of lights. I mean, there's
Those
just
skeletal hands that, oh, maybe it's because it's turned around. It almost looks like they don't have texture when they're minimized. They, oh, I just got squished by a big fat kitty. Hold on. Okay. All right. Did you run by them or
yeah.
you've moved on, haven't you?
I'm out where the bridges are
Okay.
because I got Kit gave me a right. I had the left Scarward curves, but I didn't have the right one. And then Kit gave me one, and then I fished up three more. So, I mean, that's the way it goes. All these rope bridges are the minimum size because these freaking are things are huge.
I'm excited because I actually wanted to put rope bridges in one of my dimensions, the one with the phoenix. And I was looking at the item count it was going to take for planks. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? This is fantastic.
And there's just a lot of the stuff that we've seen before, whether in a lockbox or wherever, you've seen it before. And then, of course, the Droughtland rocks. Canopy domes, I've gotten quite a few of those. It's just a staggering loot table of stuff. I mean, because I know there's stuff on here. Hell, there's stuff on the loot table I haven't even put in here, um, because there's like 50 different varieties of granite wood snag, or tree stump, or fallen log, and
I feel like those snags are a big troll, though. They're kind of like the white elephant
yeah.
Christmas present.
Well, this is the medium and small sunken ponds are here. Um, all the different shimmer sand rocks, and all of that stuff was not rare. It did not feel rare. All these different wall types, and I have a guild bank now. I had to create a guild yesterday. No new interactive items. I had to create a guild yesterday so I could put some of this overflow in it. And of course, planar stuff. I don't have it. Somehow managed to not get a death foothold. Um, I've got about 7 of these mine tracks.
I don't know
Then,
if you're keeping track, just to interrupt you there because you're on a roll.
hmm
But before I forget, I wrote down all of the different costume bundles I got. And if you guys want, I can add this list to the tips and tricks post on the forums, just in case you're curious. And I don't know if the chum bucket, the 30 slot bind on account bag, was that in the loot table for stands before?
yes, the
I'd
chum
never seen
bucket,
it.
and it
I
is
got a couple.
unique.
I got it. It said bind on account.
Yeah. Well, it's
Uh,
you can
unique
send it
equip.
to an alt, but once you equip it, it's unique.
Okay. And Smiles and Epic, the two pets, they're also still in
Yeah.
the loot table.
I only got smiles was yesterday when I was fishing. I got one mount, the Ethian mechanized steed, one pet, one chum bucket, and then the Kita Trummer's Caldera. Each batch of 10 lures, I would get anywhere from 0 to 8 wardrobe sets,
Yeah, I did
mostly PvP sets.
I wrote down like it just seemed like almost 10% of my casts were wardrobes.
Okay, so where did I put? I had a whole bunch of Magitech stuff. Oh, because it's around this corner. There's not a lot of Magitech stuff on the loot table. Um,
No, there isn't.
I just got these this morning. I had never seen these before. The Rift, they're Eth Rift machines.
Yeah, I've seen those before. There's actually a couple of pieces that I have that I traded with Farah, um, like a Magitech strainer
Hmm
and another type of Magitech pad that I haven't seen in any of these stands dims. So I don't know if they're not in the table or they're just super rare.
Now, um, you may notice this little wall I've got going on around this thing. This is made from Dreamweaving, and these are blown up to about their largest size. This is uncut tower debris, which for what I was doing over here, I wasn't trying to be efficient when I leveled Dreamweaving. I was trying to be quick and not have to go stop and farm mats. That was all fishing stuff and just Stan's lure fishing, not um, new fishing. I got a whole nother pile of new fishing. And yeah, I see those Anket tower pieces, and I just think city skyline. And I can only wonder how many of these I'm going to start seeing as wall art um, once the expansion goes live. I can think I've got one right now that's holding a spot. So there's not a lot of uh, yeah. Stan's lore has been updated a ton. I'm really pleased with it, even with the snags and the tree stumps and everything else, and the wardrobe sets that I already have. I'm pleased with it overall, especially when you compare it to its current state. So let me bring the UI up. Yeah, I'm sure the lure drop rate hasn't really changed, um, but I mean, that is what it is. The changes are not live, so if you have a bunch of fish, just kind of hold on to them. Um, so I didn't make a word of power because we've already got it on live now. It used to be in a lockbox, and it takes 10 of the rare dust. On live, it should they should drop a little bit better. Um, you start making like the gathered stuff as dimension items. So when you're out and about questing, these are your forage materials. These are your mining nodes. You cannot mine these, but for morphine, um, especially this atromentium node
Plus,
for,
they help you see what the hell you're looking for when you're
yeah,
out gathering.
yeah,
Because I
because
tried gathering, and these things are really hard to see.
in that first zone where everything is tall grass and colorful stuff, these foraging nodes are almost impossible to see. I use especially the Zarthian. Um, when I'm out there looking for stuff, I have to go like pretty much stand on the tracking icon and
Hmm.
then slow move my mouse around to try to find the clicking thing. And then one of the one of the mark recipes is this Tenebrian Greeble bundle. When he said Greeble, I was like, "What WTF is a Greeble?" You know?
What's WTF? What the? I'm kidding.
Yes, what the flip is a Greeble? Haha! You thought I was going to say something else.
I was hoping.
But they're just like little chunks of stuff that you can add um, to kind of add accent things. You know, those things.
Yeah, that made sense.
Yeah. And then these barrels, they get pretty small and then they also get really big. And this thing right here, this is the uh, Celestial Pavilion. This comes from Mark's. I don't have the recipe on this one. I had to,
Yeah, just stand there for a second. Let them see that
yeah,
glorious
because this is
structure.
gorgeous. Those nice, the shiny blue things, those are Tenebrium barrels. You pretty much everything I've got on this one I learned straight from the trainer. There we go. Diva is that one. We're going to start calling her reference head.
No kidding. Diva Wiki over here.
And then, of course, the last thing that you learn, and then you get all these broken pieces that do have some nice flat surfaces, some nice colors. Uh, they just vary in size. Then this thing right here is the last thing that you learn from the trainer at 525. And this thing, um, this is a tower, uh, Onket tower platform. This is another one you learn from Marks, and this is the default size. This thing's freaking massive.
No, hugely, hugely ginormous, hugely big. What did
Yeah,
you say earlier?
yes, enormously big.
It's enormously big, guys.
So that's like, this is pretty much the whole area of dreamweaving stuff. Let me mount up.
Did you run out of copper planks? Because that sign just says Dream Weave.
No, I didn't put the R on. I did that on purpose. Thank you very much. So now we come to the notoriety piles. Um, the Theodore pile is, of course, the smallest. Oh,
Smallest up. What's an up? Is that
because
another accent piece?
I ran past my little opening here for the Tyrannus. That's a medium geyser. All this stuff over here is at the default size. I didn't shrink any of it. Yeah, the bank space is going to be kind of kind of at a premium.
I would like to offer my services if you guys need to store anything
Uh
for
huh.
future use.
And then as soon as you drop it off, she's going to take your permissions away.
Oh my goodness.
I do like the uh, the new textures that they have on these rocks, and then adding the dirt. Adding the dirt is really going to be a good thing. Oh crap!
I didn't even
I got
think to test
disconnected from
this.
the server.
Okay, well, I'll talk for a minute and fill in. I didn't even think to ask this earlier, but by chance, did you test to see if these new rocks and such take terrain paint?
I did not.
Oh, crap.
I
Because
was
that'd be.
more interested in acquisition.
I know. No kidding. Shiny, shiny, shiny.
Well, because they don't necessarily tell you where you can find stuff. So yeah, you want to talk
I'd
about
be
Stan's
curious
loot?
because I think a lot of these items are just so fantastic in their textures and colors that it'd be a shame if they actually took terrain paint.
Yeah. Take a look at the Twitch screen because this is what's not in that dimension. There was some excess. There was some definite excess. So that's 150 lures plus
Yeah, but
some
not
extra
everybody
stuff.
has alts with 50 million affinity to.
No, well, I mean, it's only because, when you're on the way that the PTS works is you can, just keep making copies of yourself, keep making copies of yourself, and you can, have infinite gold and infinite lures. I mean, as long as you've got enough to just get a couple.
And you have the drive to keep doing that.
Yeah,
I did it
it's,
for one day and I was like, oh God, I'm so glad you're taking this over.
I'm not going to lie, it's tedious. No, I did not test terrain paint. I wanted to know more. Um, First thing had to be figuring out where all this stuff could come from. Whoop. Like finding the vendors. And so we looked at the Badlands stuff. Then there's all these red rocks. I don't really like the sharp pieces so much. I like some of the smaller pieces. This is all the notoriety stuff that was on those vendors up in uh, Alidu. The Zarthmire. I love these rocks. The dark textured rocks. I can think of about a million uses of them. And these are all clumps of rocks. They're not just one rock. There's only one rock that I think might be mislabeled, and that's this one right here. It is labeled as a Zarth ledge, but it doesn't have the same dark moss that the other Zarth
Yeah, that
rocks do.
confused me last night when I
Yeah,
attempted to help you organize.
yeah.
I just put it with those because it looks just like them, aside from coloring. I see you
And
redid my organization over there,
I left your little farm field alone.
but you haven't shown anybody my farm field
I'm
yet.
getting to it.
It looks like I didn't contribute at all. She literally did like 1,400 out of the 1,481 items in here.
And then, of course, the one I have the most. What happened here?
I've been dancing over at the starting point. Don't blame me.
Messing up my signs. That's what you were doing.
No, it wasn't. I'm dancing with my fishies.
I'm glad I was able to copy over all that plat because those copper blocks were ridiculous. But even with these rocks, the surface is mostly smooth. So, and they're pretty good sized even at the default. So if you blow those up to maximum, you have it, you have it made. And then that was just rocks. This is the God, what is this thing called? The blue. Where did you get this from? You said a friend gave it to you.
Yeah, Gwyneth gave me that.
Okay. Thanks, Gwendeth.
I don't remember what the hell it's called, but it's really cool looking.
Yep. And then here's all the different little. This is the. I was like really trying to drop another friggin' oh mushroom in here yesterday to get rid of this grass, but this grass is what we added in.
I couldn't find a good spot to put that, and I kept trying to move my little ground razor mushrooms to get it to drop down.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, that's right, it's the new grass.
yeah. I do like there. This might help see better.
This is my little farm field, guys.
Yeah,
This is my contribution.
and
They're
this
so
was
pretty.
all of this was unlocked just getting to decorated. I love these flower pieces here because they're. I mean, I'm never ever probably going to use the small or the medium, but the large ones, oh yeah. And even the little bush is cute. How small does that big thing get? No idea. Let's find out. Not that small.
They
Um,
don't glow in the dark, but they just do glow. Everything that looks like it glows, it definitely glows.
yeah. I do like some of the mushrooms. I really like these trumpet, what they call the trumpets, because those are look like they're just made for uh,
They look like new furniture.
some kind of morphing. Yeah, those are definitely made for some kind of morphing. So I wasn't crazy because I saw like a chair coming out of this one right here. That would definitely make a chair. Chair, couch, any of it. And then, of course, Fabrican also has new ivy, like this smaller little hedge ivy going on here. I really like this one, um, and this long one. So many times I've been wanting like a long piece of ivy and not the short one. And of course, the statuary, all at the default size. Then there's those outfitting banners. Totally unlike any other banner that is anywhere else in the game.
Yeah, I unless those are in the new zones, I'm like, where the hell did these come
I
from?
have no idea where they came from. But this the square thing is the fish stall. And I actually like the fish stall. Yeah, I like those statues too. I
Wait, show the fish! Show the fish!
Godzilla, you're just gonna have to get over your fixation with fish right now.
But these ones move.
The three
We
flags, yes, are from Outfitter Crafting, and then the fish, the schools of fish. Yes, they stay in a circle, but they do move. I think these are actually at were size. What in the world?
they're they're max size. You can make them
Yeah,
small too.
yeah,
I was gonna hook you up with a fish nado for the stream, but
yeah. She wants they. Yeah, they do fit together. Roland. She was asking, or he. I'm not sure which, and so sorry if I get it wrong. They do fit together pretty well. I have them separated for this because they're sold individually. Then the clever fish.
that actually drives me batshit crazy that
Which
that statue is 3 pieces.
well, I mean, some people make runs, so um,
So we're just gonna have a bunch of half heads and
the
dimensions
broken
now.
pieces. Well, there's some later on that some of the statue heads in Alidu look like Borg. They look like Borg head pieces to me.
I think that thing is going to end up going back in my Halloween maze. That gives me the
So,
heebie-jeebies.
fishing. Here is my stack of stuff from fishing. Now, the way that the trophy lures work, the old trophy lures, the I've been using the enduring ones from Storm Legion. They do work in new zones. Um,
This is from the bags you fish up, the loot
this
bags.
is yeah, right here, Celestial Treasure Chest. And then there's also some artifact sets that are from fishing only. But this right here, Medium Badlands Rock 12. I don't know if it shares the table with um, World Drops, because World Drops are a thing again, or if it's its own thing. But there's only the three fish, period. You've got the shallow water, the deep water, and then the rare fish, the eels. Um, so whichever one you want to fish in, um, the items in each box come from all four zones. Uh, and there's usually some kind of crafting mark in with it too, mostly master marks.
So you're saying there's only one type of fishing loot bag?
Yes, there's so
Okay.
it doesn't matter where you fish. You know, if you want to, I like Caustic Oasis in Gedlow Badlands for fishing because there's real close, convenient access to shallow and deep. What's the yellow thing? This is Filebocan Lily Canopy.
Is that a canopy for ants?
Well, because you know there's a where all the little fuzzy people live, the little fuzzy animal talking animal people.
All of us have seen a little fuzzy animal people because we didn't level to 70.
Well, you will. Remember when I say watch out for the unicorns that barf rainbows on you that do 40k damage a tick.
Sounds like my spirit animal right there.
Unicorns are bad, okay?
Oh, jeez. I
So
really don't like
the
kill
loot
unicorns
table
in this
for
game.
the loot table for fishing pulls from all four zones. So you might get Scarthrin stuff and Hellscape rocks in the same bag, um, or multiples of certain items. Like I've been getting some multiples of these Badland rocks and a few other things because I really like these particular uh, rocks because they're just kind of set up to be natural stairs. And some of this stuff is really, really big. Oh crap! I might have got lost in my own little fishing area. Yep, sure did. And I've actually had a pretty good return with my uh, the enduring lures. So that's all from those. And then oh sorry, world drops are a thing again. All right. Of course, each zone has its own specific drops. Um, no idea as yet what might be involved in those loot tables.
And these items here are things that you
We're
picked
just
up.
random drops.
Okay.
You know, like um, Tacitus said that he found out that 3.6 broke our current world drops. So that would be why, you know, like most people had never seen any world drops in a while.
I can't get any rusted anchoring chains.
Yeah, because they were broken, and now that's fixed. And then there's an additional world drops depending on the zone. I don't think I've gotten any drops in Zarsmeyer, but I almost never go back there unless I'm trying to farm something. I have some stores.
We're
Uh,
getting, we're getting close to time. Do you have anything to give away today?
yeah, but I mean we're gonna run over a little bit unless there's somewhere you gotta go.
Are you making fun of me?
No,
My social life?
no. I'm just asking the
I'm
question.
just kidding. I'm
Sheesh.
messing with you.
Some new things were added to the store, and um, now these big Duskin rocks were actually on the Stan's loot table, and they've been in various lock boxes, but now they're on the store, which is good because the big rocks come in handy for a lot of things.
I hope they're an ungodly price because I've bought so many of these off the auction house. I'm gonna be
Well,
super pissed if they're cheap now.
let's take a look because not only did these get put on, but like the Ashorn rocks got added as well. All of the Ashorn rocks. So, like, I bought a lot of the tall and the long. Duskin,
And that
Duskin,
mud
Duskin.
spring, I got that mud spring in a grab bag like a year ago. Never saw another one. And a couple of weeks ago, I saw one on the auction house for like 200 plat, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So I bought it, and it ended up being a friend of mine who had it posted. I was like, "Hey, I bought this just so you know. You didn't have to give it to me. It was worth the money." And they were like, "Oops, I was just trolling. It's on the store for like 6 plat now."
They're 80. They're 80 plat off the store.
That's acceptable.
Is it? Okay, so the mud spring's on the store already. I honestly, I mean, I'm not going to
The,
use it, so I didn't look for them.
yeah, the mud spring's like 6 plat, and it's already on live.
Okay,
So anybody, if you
so
see them on the auction house for more than 6 plat, don't buy them. I learned the hard way.
okay, so that's my bad.
I don't know if all that other stuff is on live though.
I'm almost certain it's not because I would have used this before. This the Rock Spire Tremors Caldera. Most of the new things are plat and like alternate currency, like celestial remnants and planarite and stuff like that. Bucket of chicken, and I just had to say that out loud because it's cute.
Bucket of chicken.
Yes,
There's a bucket of chicken on the store.
bucket of chicken is in our chat.
Oh, got me all excited.
I think they won the name of the day. Now I know these are new. I know darn good and well these are new. These banners. I haven't run into anything yet that's credits only. I'm not saying that they won't come later, but currently, no. Everything has a credit cost alternative, um, but nothing for only credits. Now, these are just as hard to select as the other banners were. It's the rest of the banners from Tempest Bay. Um, those are on the store now. And then the shop signs like the robust and the iron framed that we used a lot. Those are on the store. There were a lot of things that used to be in a lockbox and also came from Minions. Um, they've just been added to the store. And I've never seen these particular crystals uh, on live. Yeah, this is called a delicate wall sign, and I do like it because it just
It's
um,
so delicate.
yeah. Well, I mean, with all the scroll work, there's a whole lot of stuff that it would be useful for. Oh boy. So that covers that. Now, for the other good news, which is going to be on the store, um, the trophy tab. If you bought, yeah, they're blank. If you bought the $150 the version of Nightmare Tide, what was it called? Do you remember what it was called? I don't remember what it was called at this point. Odds.
What? I was answering a tell.
Do you
With
remember
the
the, huh?
the aquatic dimension pack.
Yes. Well, you could only ever get the one or five of whatever item was in that pack.
And you can't use your alts in the dim you're working on. Your
Yes.
alts, yeah, that one.
Yes. Well, the now they're on on the store under the trophies. So it's another trophy set that's been unlocked.
That's a massive difference. Well, I wonder if the credit price is going to change because 250 plat or
I
5 credits.
I imagine I would probably guess that that's a placeholder. I mean, that would be my assumption that when the credit price is really low like that, they are not bound at all. Um, like those the boats. Um, I've destroyed all these boats. Yes,
Oh, my heart.
because they're not bound. Now, if anyone wants me to buy stuff for them, I sell at cost. So if it costs me 250 plat, then now you know how much it's going to sell for.
And if she's not available, I sell it cost plus 10%. Depends on how desperate you are.
Yeah. Now, these, if you've completed the Nightmare Rift artifact sets, those are also unlocked. So if you need more than one right hand, you can get another right hand. Um,
Oh, the tentacles, that'll be nice.
more
I've spent a
tentacles.
fortune on those things.
This is my EU alt, so I don't have most of this stuff unlocked. I know on NA I've got pretty much all of it. And in unstable stuff. So there's no real change there with the tentacles. Now they said that there is minion specific loot. Honestly, I opened up maybe 70 minion boxes. I couldn't tell you what's specific to the minions or what came from other sources, so I'm not even going to include that.
70 million?
70 minion boxes.
Oh. Okay.
No, not 70 million. Oh my god. The thought of the thought of opening all those minion boxes makes me want to go choke
Yeah,
a
I was just
cat or
about to
something.
like, I'm done with you. I'm logging out.
I've got, I think, maybe 200 or 300 on live that I've stocked up, and I'm dreading opening those. So that pretty much covers where you can get um, dimension items and dimensions. Oh, there was one dimension that we did not see last time, um, that I have actually bought. You can spend Planarite on all that stuff from the Planar Defense Force and your trophies.
Real quick, I don't know if you're aware of this.
I
I
haven't
had
seen.
a video, uh, like a little short Starfall Dimension video. And for those of you, including myself, that thought it was hilarious that the Ovog Shrine did not include the shrine in the dimension, they
Yes,
expanded the boundaries.
yes,
You can actually now go into the shrine.
yes. That was going to be my next stop. This is Court. I. This is this is like a toned down version of the Steps to Infinity Sky. Sorry, I didn't give you an itinerary. I'm not too sure if I like all this planking stuff in here, but I'm pretty sure
Planking.
that could be covered up. All this wood slat stuff.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah. But I figure if I was to build in here, I would probably come off the top of one of those towers and just use the sky and not use anything on the ground. But that's me. This is 10 bolts to make. All of the dimension keys from this expansion are crazy expensive to make. 10 dream bolts. You know, Red 6, I don't know how tall it gets. Um, I honestly, I haven't had time to really play around with boundaries and stuff. I've mostly just been in acquisition mode. Was on a mission to level and then acquisitions. 10 bolts, um, a lot of a lot of mats, and then this dust. But the vendor is still up on PTS at the Tempest Bay main porticulum. Um, so you can just buy the key there for like 1 silver. So here's an Ovog shrine without anything in it. And yes, the boundary has been expanded quite a bit. Oh, your, your dogs are talking to you.
My dog is really excited about being able to go into the shrine now.
Yep. Now there was one thing that really struck out when I was in here the other day looking around, and that's where'd the water go? Remember how this was all water on live?
No, I was busy bitching about not being able to go in the shrine.
Oh, well, on live, this whole part down here is full of water, and it's not in the dimension. But at least the building being accessible really adds a lot of possibilities. I don't know if you ever did the storyline here where you had to sneak past all the guards. Maybe they did. So that's going to cover it for Ovog
This is
Shrine.
fantastic. I just think
Mm-hmm.
this is really, totally worth it.
Yeah. Now, as soon as you hit 451 crafting, the new dailies open up. Um, so you've got 3 million XP from those, 4 million if you're a patron. Um, you can kind of see Shell Corva in the distance. Whole lot of really neat stuff to see from here. Planar fragments, they're open world drops, or you can farm rep to them. I'm No, this one is a 2520 prickly. The only one that's not of the crafted dimensions is Center of Oblivion. That's a 1520. And that's the quick way down. So if no one has any questions. Oh crap, we did run over. But not by much.
Only 15 minutes.
Yeah. We're going to give away some Imperial, uh, those bags. I'm, so, I'm sorry, I'm so out of it right now. The Imperial Wonder Bags. We can give away 5.
Bags of new shit.
Yep.
5 of them?
Yep. So
See,
I'm going to need a name at Shard if I don't already know your name at Shard.
All right. If you guys haven't said anything during the stream, go ahead and throw something up in chat real quick so we can get you entered. Hashtag gimme. Just kidding. No hashtag.
Yeah, there is just a ton of new stuff coming out there. I mean, and it's all like open world, fishing, stuff. It's like a lot of times with dimensions, it feels like your whole existence is to like stand here and just hand over your wallet. Um, I'm really grateful to see things that you can get from fishing and world drops and alternate currency, like the remnants and just to not have to. Thank you, Beckett. That's probably the best compliment I could get. Are you
They
rolling?
were talking about me, not you.
No, whatever.
I am, and it keeps telling me that nobody's eligible. I don't know what I did wrong here.
Okay. All right. So let me tab out here and see if I can get it.
That are super disappointed now.
Yeah. Well, since Scapes left, there's actually a been a snafu with our codes this month. We haven't received our November codes. So remember, I have to give these in game. I need a name at Shard. For Snively 99, Mistress, and Odiana.
For the first two, one is Oddzilla at Feyblight.
No. Filthy at Wolfsbane.
I think it's Filthy.
No, it's Filthy because Filthy is like a way better name than Filthy.
Filthy has flair, though.
All right, so I know where you're at, Prickly. Trust me.
I love how my dog started barking at the name Prickly.
Odiana at Zaviel. All right. What? Zaviel? Woot woot.
Oh, did you really just raise the roof
Yeah, I did.
over here? Oh my god.
I play on Zaviel. I play on Zaviel and Greybriar.
Woot woot.
Woot woot.
You're a cute little choo-choo train.
So thanks everyone for tuning in today. Um, am I spending my own money? Well, whatever. Um, we don't do it for people to follow us. We do it because it's nice.
I do it because I got bullied into it.
She does it because she's greedy. So thanks everyone for tuning in today. Next week, I have to work a 24-hour shift on Friday, so we are not streaming at all. I will be sleeping, possibly, but it will
No,
also
you
be.
won't. You'll be on the test shard fishing all
No,
crap.
actually, next weekend it'll be live.
Oh, yeah, that's why we're not having a stream next week. Is you're literally going to be fishing stuff up.
Maybe, but mostly I'll be sleeping. I wish I could retire prickly. So, until then, the next time we're together is Bull Pucky. The weekend after Thanksgiving, on the EU side, we're going to work off some turkey with the tips and tricks. So if you have anything in particular you would like to discuss on tips and tricks, please let us know.
Yeah, because we're running out of ideas, so we could use some help here.
Well, I mean, otherwise we're going to start talking structures.
At least it's not offsets.
No, not well. Offsets are part of structures.
Oh Jesus, give us ideas, people, please.
All right. Till next time, happy building and happy touring.